Hi everyone.
Good morning, everybody. Um, if you're wondering why we dress so warmly, it's quite foggy outside and it's quite chilly still after the snow spell that we had
Mm.
a couple of days ago. So we're sitting here like a granny and a grandpa with a blanket over our knees. But
Yeah.
we say we are granny and a grandpa. So it's interesting how we're living into those images,
Roll.
those roles with great enthusiasm.
Yes. And it's really strange weather. On Monday we snow and on Wednesday we sweat.
Yeah.
It's very, very strange.
Yeah.
Um,
And talking about sweating, I think that's what we did the last couple of weeks, watching the Springbok, the Springbok. Well, how do they say it? I see it's on all T-shirts. It just says Bokke or Boks.
mm.
So the Springboks were really killing us. Our nerves were shot, um, and we were just watching all the footage of how people were um, and yet really united by this.
Mm.
It was
Mm.
so beautiful to watch.
And it was also beautiful to watch how we are united in our suffering.
Yes.
Goodness, some people uh, have to be sustained by water and pats on the
Hyperventilate.
back, hyperventilating.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was a little bit. I think it was like they say, the Bokke won by 3 points, but those 3 points over 3 games were just too much for
yeah.
everybody. Yeah, but I think just in looking at that, in looking at the way that rugby now, but all sport, I think, has the potential to unite,
Mm.
to bring together people of all races, all cultures, all religions. And it's like it levels the playing field,
Mm.
and all differences just fall away.
Mm.
And we were thinking of just having a conversation about things, other things that has that potential and that we can tap into because of the potential for hope that it brings.
Mm. And I think uh, uh, the Springboks are a very good example of the power of sport and the influence it has, the potential it has, because it takes place, and this whole experience that we had, it takes place against the backdrop of a very divided South Africa with a lot of challenges.
Yeah, and dysfunction and just a feeling of hopelessness.
Exactly. And what you touched on, uh, excuse me, uh, what gives hope? Um, and how can we access the things that create hope?
Yeah,
Like sport.
yeah, and live from that place more than from the places that divide us.
Yes, because it is very easy, and we all fall into the trap to focus on the negative and on the things that create division.
The differences.
In some ways, we wallow in it. Uh, we almost go there to make it even worse.
I
And
think it's because it's an ego construct, and the ego
mm,
wants to separate and to put me in a superior position, a
mm,
safe superior position. So it goes for power, it goes for security, and anything and everything that threatens that is seen by the ego as something that divides us.
mm, mm, mm. And we are talking about sport, but a lot of other things has the potential, innate potential, to create hope and to to um, uh, bring us in touch with the human nature or the human
The
quality.
common human nature.
Yeah.
The commonality, that
Yeah.
which is the same for all of us.
And I think things that are capable of doing that is art in general, whether it's music, music being that universal language, whether it is paintings, whether it is writing, poetry,
nature.
Mm, mm,
I think anything that doesn't fall into a category per se of being exclusively owned by a culture, or anything that sort of spans across, is like a bridge over these surface things, has that potential. And even suffering.
I'm thinking of suffering as well. Yes, I was thinking of that.
Yeah, because I mean, we collectively really suffered.
Yes.
and it also brought us together. And I think what was so beautiful was that you could definitely get the sense that the team, the Springboks, were going for more than just the cup.
Yes.
It wasn't the trophy. It was because they knew the potential and what hope it was bringing. They could see it in all the footage that they was shown. They could see how this is uniting people, giving them hope. It was just beautiful to watch. And also to see in that last game, I think they were running low on reserves. And I think what really pushed it through for them was not that they will be winning the cup, but that they are bringing hope to their people. And it's beautiful. And I think there's a beautiful piece of writing that we will put on the blog of somebody that writes about this and says, will this now be over again in a week or two, and we'll be back to our dividedness, our hopelessness, or can we take something from this? Can we, like the Springboks, take and go and live life like a Springbok, living for that goal of giving hope, of uniting.
And talking of all the things that have the capacity to unite, I think the basic dynamic is when we experience something like this, we go below the divisions and we touch on. Thomas Merton talked about a hidden wholeness. Underneath everything, underneath all our divisions and splintering and animosity, there's actually a hidden wholeness. And these things bring us in contact with that.
Yeah.
And when we're in contact with that, it is good for us.
Yeah.
It is good for us. And it was so beautiful to listen to all the people. It's because there are so many expats living in Europe, and I mean, whether it's, I saw footage of people living in Shanghai, in China, getting together to watch this match on the television with the, I don't know where they got their Boca shirts and all of that, but they united in that. But often we think it's only our group, my culture, my race, or my religion, that is concerned about this country, about safety, but everybody has similar feelings. And they share this commonality. around this. It's not only my domain.
Yeah. And I think if you go through those surface things, that's very dual in a sense.
Dualistic.
Very dualistic in terms of my religion is right, your religion is wrong. Um, all of that. If you go through that surface and you hit that hidden
Wholeness.
that hidden wholeness is actually the place where God resides.
Yes.
Where God comes from. It's not in the surface. We think we are protecting or we are fighting for God. But God is in this wholeness. God is not on this level of division. It's on this wholeness. And to go down into that level and come from that level can make all the difference, even in a relationship.
Yes.
If you are in a relationship where there's such a lot of difference and things that you just cannot bring things together, is to drop through that and get to that what is actually the same for you and for me.
Yeah.
What is the common ground from where we can build something?
Yeah. So I think the big challenge in the aftermath of the World Cup is to remember.
Yes, not to forget.
What we had and
what we have, what potential we have to be one people like we were seeing.
Yeah.
And how to do that if we don't have a team holding a golden cup above their heads.
Exactly. So the challenge is to expose ourselves to situations where we tap into the hidden wholeness. Not to linger on divisions and feed that, but really explore all the avenues that will lead us to the hidden wholeness.
Yeah, and I think it starts on a personal level. It starts on me going into nature, spending time in nature, because that gives me that grounding. And it actually will flow through into my relationships, or to be busy with art, or to listen to music. I mean, if I have to choose between sitting and wallowing in our differences, and rather than listening to a wonderful piece of music or to a story being told on Audible or on an audiobook, then if I make wiser decisions with what I'm doing with my mind, where I'm going with my thoughts, and all of us do that, then we're coming from that place. And then we actually communicate from that place.
Yes. And what also helps, especially in terms of relationships, it's easy to treat people almost in a blanket effect. But when we get to know people on a personal level, then we tap into the hidden wholeness as well. Because
then the prejudices actually disappears if we are getting to know someone on a personal level, even if it's somebody of another religion, another race. You might have all these conditions that you hold against that. But when you really meet on a personal level, those divisions just disappear.
But overall, we're just grateful for the Bokke.
Yeah, we say thank you, Bokke.
For all you've done.
And shown us again.
Yeah, we're very proud of you. And it motivates us to be hunters of the hidden wholeness. So good luck with that in the weeks to come. Always nice to receive your feedback. It is such lovely conversations flowing out of that. Thank you for that, and we'll keep you posted about our project of creating the platform with extra material and so on. So we'll keep you posted regarding that as well. But have a lovely week.
Keep well, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.